We started building our wall. I'm so proud of it. We have $1.6 billion. On September 28th, we go further, and we're getting that sucker built. And you think that's easy? People said, oh, has he given up on the wall? No, I never give up.
380 sheriffs from 40 states now calling on Congress to fund President Donald Trump's initiative to build a border wall between the U.S. and Mexico in a letter that says, quote, without border security and immigration reform, more Americans will continue to be victims of crime. Now is the time to act. Further delay and inaction on immigration reform will cost more innocent lives, more financial hardship, and an even greater decline in the public trust that is essential to the preservation of our republic. Joining me now, one of the sheriffs that signed that letter, Jackson County, Texas Sheriff A.J. Louderback. Sheriff, welcome to the show, and happy Easter to you, sir.
Thank you, John. Happy Easter to you,
Sheriff,
your family.
Thank you, sir. I plan to be down in the great state tomorrow with my family for Easter. I'm looking forward to coming down, sir. Every president since Ronald Reagan has said they're going to secure the border and then deal with what is inside the country. Every president so far has failed in some degree. Do you think this is the way, with the sheriffs getting together, that would actually lead the charge to do something about security on our southern border?
Certainly. It's certainly a start. It is certainly a position that Texas sheriffs and sheriffs across this country have decided upon many years ago. We have an opportunity now to try and get a wall built, but also a balance, which is going to take more than just a wall. It'll take technology. It'll take manpower. It'll take all those things, and all of us cooperating together in the law enforcement field to secure this country.
Sir, one thing that the president talks about that he is 100% spot on is we spend billions of dollars securing foreign borders, and we do an incredible job. We secured a border in Afghanistan that was something that had been unsecurable, and did a great job of doing that with some of the best military the world has ever seen. We've got that military, sir. Why do we not do something like take Fort Hood and base it on the border and let those guys patrol our own border instead of securing borders around the globe in addition to the wall? Sir, what you're saying is we need some type of complete all-of-the-above strategy to secure that border. Is that right, sir?
Absolutely. It has to have some balance. You know, there's certain areas in our border that are not compatible with a wall. And there's other options that we have. It's going to take a combined effort with options to try to get the best package that we can together. And I believe this administration is capable of that.
What do you specifically see there, sir, in your home county where you're the sheriff, the elected sheriff? What do you see as far as how illegal immigrants or how that lack of security as far as, say, drug infrastructure is coming into your county?
Well, geographically, I sit on the corridor, on US 7759 corridor into Houston. And the cooperation level with Texas sheriffs in this area, where Jackson County is in the Gulf Coast, leading to the #1 human trafficking drug corridor, from any type of criminality that you want to talk about. You know, this is something we see and deal with every day, 365 days a year. So we welcome any additional security that we can. We try to do the best we can to take care of each and every citizen we have in Texas. And we take care of Texas, we also take care and ensure the United States also.
Yeah, and I think it's just becoming a political football because of the nomenclature. You say wall, and all of a sudden both sides draw a line in the sand, and they want to fight over that. You say border security, and all of a sudden both sides agree that we need border security, sir. Switching to a slightly different topic, but on illegal immigration, Orange County Sheriff Sandra Hutchins is now challenging California's new sanctuary law. Watch this.
What I'm doing is entirely within the confines of the law, and I'm doing what I think is important for my constituents. It's a public safety issue to me. It's not about immigration at all.
Right.
It's about individuals who have committed violent crimes. I mean, I don't think I could sleep at night knowing that I had let somebody go and they go out and commit another crime. If he's going to arrest me, then he better have some good charges, because I'm going to get an attorney and I'll fight it. But I would be very surprised if Mr. Becerra decides to make a move like that and arrest a sitting sheriff for following the law just because he doesn't like what I'm doing.
Sheriff, this is the craziest thing I've seen in some time. You've got a sheriff there in Orange County who either is going to break a law, federal law, or break state law. Either way, she's got to break a law. Is this what you're seeing right now, the difference between federal law and state law and that conflict with each other? This sheriff could actually be arrested for following federal law. Is this something that has just is what's wrong with our entire broken system? And how do you fix it, sir?
Sheriffs across this land are proud to stand with the Orange County Sheriff in her position. We stand with her. And let me tell you, the issue here with California in open defiance of federal law, with the brazen, lawless bill that they passed, creating sanctuaries in the entire state, is something that needs to be stopped, and stopped immediately. And anything that we can do as sheriffs in this country, we'll stand together with her.
Sheriff Louderback, I appreciate what you're doing, sir, and what all our law enforcement guys are doing all over the country, sir. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful Easter, sir.